I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm seeking $50,000 for 25% of my company, BRUW. I've perfected a new way to make cold brew coffee at home without the need for complicated or overpriced equipment.
I'll give you the $50K for 30%, and I want to know now.
Yes, done. The deal.
No pressure, right? I need to know right now. That's Mark Cuban, a college student from West Bloomfield, now swimming with the sharks. That's Max Fever. He was featured last night on the episode of Shark Tank, showing off his coffee business called BRUW. And he left with a deal with Mark Cuban. This morning we are delighted because Max is here to talk all about BRUW. You're going to show us how it works. We have so many questions. We're so proud of you. 19 years old?
19.
Not too bad. Where'd you come up with this idea for BRUW?
So yeah, when I was 15 years old, as I said in the Shark Tank episode, I fell in love with coffee. I just really loved it. And so I read about cold brew coffee online, and I really wanted to try it. So I went home and I took a mason jar and I made it like everyone online said. I took put coffee and water in it. I just let it sit in the fridge. And then I filtered it with like a cheesecloth and a paper towel, and it went all over my counter. I was 15, remember, so my parents were so mad. And so I said, there's got to be a better way. So after some tinkering, I invented a double-sided.
I'm so excited to see this.
So it's a double-sided mason jar lid. So here, let me show you how it works. Is you would take a jar like this, in the same way that you would any other cold brew, you fill it with ground coffee and cold water.
Okay.
And you let it sit for 24 hours. But then, instead of filtering it with a cheesecloth or a paper towel or whatever, I invented this double-sided mason jar lid with a filter in the center. So when you attach it to the jar, so remember, this is going to have coffee in it. It's not going to be empty. You can put an empty one on the top, and then you flip it like an hourglass. And so the coffee drips from this top jar through the filter into the bottom jar, and it'll eventually give you some drinkable cold brew coffee just like this.
I'm so excited. So will you pour me some? Can I try
Yes,
it?
of course. Let's have some coffee.
I'm assuming your parents aren't too upset now. Dad's over here excited with his phone. But I mean, Shark Tank, what is this experience like? 19 years old, Mark Cuban.
You know what? It's really just incredible. Like, there's not really another way to describe it. You go into the tank, and as I say, it's like you have 5 years of work put to the test in 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So everything you've worked for, everything you've done, is like finally just being like, all right, let's see how you did. How did do they like it? Did they not like it? And it's so nerve-wracking.
Oh my goodness. And we were sitting here and we were watching you accept the deal. I could see you even got so excited still. This is huge.
It's unbelievable. It's an amazing opportunity for me and for for the company BRUW. And it's just awesome to be on the show. It's like
Unbelievable. Mark Cuban, how did people get their hands on this?
So people can buy this online at BRUW, BRUW.net. And there's tons of other websites we sell it on online.
It's so cool. I want to try this coffee. Now, you go to college in Boston, correct?
I do. Here, cheers.
Good morning. Are you going to go back to school? Are you going to do this full time?
Definitely going back to school since my parents are watching.
I was going to say, Dad's over here with thumbs up.
No, this is really good. Wow, I made a good one today.
He's like, actually, I'm really good at this. So, Mark Cuban, what's the next steps? What are you guys going to do?
So right now we're going to, as he said on the show, we're taking his money and we're investing it in marketing. So we're going to try and grow like crazy. We just want more and more people to know about us and more people to know that making cold brew at home can be super simple with BRUW, and it doesn't, you don't have to go to a coffee shop and spend $5 for this.
It gets so expensive. We've got all the information right there, $19.99, BRUW.net. We'll put that on WXYZ.com. We are so proud of you. Such a talented entrepreneur at 19 years old, and congrats on the success.
Oh,
Thanks for
you.
Joining us in Supply Us with Coffee. We need it, right, Kev?
Anytime, absolutely.
We get up really early.
Do you have Mark Cuban's number? Can we just call him up right now?
I think he told me not to give it out, but I'm...
Smart move.
Thank you.
How about the $50,000?
Oh, that's awesome. Well.